In 2017 there was a big national gathering of Aboriginal people, and arising from that gathering was a statement known as referred to as the Uluru Statement from the Heart. And that really captures something about the political priorities or objectives that Aboriginal people from across the country identified. And one of the key, out of three, one of the key points was truth-telling about our history. And that, I think for students of Aboriginal history and society, that might be worth thinking about, because I think that the challenge that Aboriginal people pose is something that's quite, it comes from a deep emotional place. It's about saying, we're not fully comprehended in Australian society. There needs to be a much more rich and deeper process about Australian history. So it's a real challenge. And that's not the first time this kind of challenge has been made, as it was in the Uluru Statement, where what was asked for was a truth-telling about our history. If you look at just about any big government inquiry, one of the key recommendations, so think about the Royal Commission into Aboriginal Deaths in Custody, the Bringing Them Home report, always somewhere as a leading recommendation is a better understanding of Australian history. And that comes down to the reality that actually there's been this very strange silence about how Aboriginal people have been treated, but not just the story of colonial violence and dispossession, also great achievements of Aboriginal people. And I think some of that is, we can understand that in terms of, as the historian Henry Reynolds says, is that Aboriginal history, Aboriginal stories cast a kind of a dark shadow over, Australian history that would prefer perhaps to be told as a story of great conquest, of a young nation where great equality and wealth has been achieved, in this kind of strange part of the sort of southern half of the globe. And so there is some reckoning to do in terms of Australia. So any study of Australian history still has some serious work to be done.